What up, Grandmasters? Welcome back. Today is April 11th, the old 411. We're doing the Saturday puzzle, and today's is by Kareem Ayas. Let's begin. And my timbre is nearly restored. Your of your, thy. I'm doing downs because I said so. They're tipped out of respect. Hats. Alexander Dumas, Count de la Fère. I don't know. I only know one count, and I don't even know his name, so it's a steal. Spanish Blessing. Big publisher of romance novels. You lost me. Hunger. Aiming mechanisms on bows. Knox. But like, not that. I used to do a little archery, and you've nonetheless lost me here. Plug amount. Ounce. Like from your plug. Moldable soil. At some time. Blank idol. Group studied by cytologists. Whale pods. I guess. Become inconsolable about. True West playwright Sam. Sam playwright, I know this. Sam. There's Arthur Miller, who is not me. Damn. Providers of chops and chips, you say. Chops and chips. Delis? Maybe. I'd be okay with that. Reds? What are you? Held a position? Delis? Word? Line running roughly parallel to Interstate 95. The Appalachian Trail. The coast? Disconsolate. The king of football. Cars with a trident logo. Trident. Oh god, I know this. Wow, there goes that. What? I for sure know this. It's not Bentley. I'm losing my marbles. Person playing forward calls home as a bird might. Tweets. Gabbed. Car roof with removable panels, a T-top. Yeah, farm mail, a couple. Remote locations, aisles maybe? TV channel that received four Freedoms, a Four Freedoms Award. What are you talking about? PBS? Is that possible? Meh. Adam's first wife and Jewish myth. Oh, I heard of this. Bertha. No, it's like, I feel like it starts with an L. Like, and it sounds kind of evil. It's not Lorelei. It's like Lisbeth or something. Or like, it's kind of evil sounding. Not Jezebel. Lilith? I want to say. I'm sending that, and it might be an E here. Hungarian sheepdogs. Nope. Schoolyard retort. Hate. Vowels you may stand for. Stand for. Spirit of an era. Ethos. Down Under band. AC/DC. Alright. Blank to Garzuk. Nope. Unwanted bit of mail. Junk spam. Show me a blank and I'll write you a tragedy. Something you owe. Debt. IOU. That's duping. Oh. Producer of notes. There's a couple ways we can interpret that. I'm a little worried. This is gonna be a harder Saturday. How telling. That's very odd. That's very odd. That's very, rude remark. A remark you'd like to take back. Question to one who's down. Why the long face? Yeah. There's a black, white, and red 1. C. Is that true? Is there a white C? I don't know white C, but I would buy it. Such a blast. Buff Bros. Part of Eastern Standard Time. Downed 8. They have sticking points in competition. Epes, like the point they stick you with in the fencing. Some gaming centers. In brief. Darn it. Arboreal symbol and Billie Holiday's strange fruit. Some kind of tree. Poplar tree fits. Don't know what it symbolizes, but going for it. Fulfill or fill? Fulfill or fill? Meet. Give a very wide berth. What are you, Shepherd? Sam Shepherd? What the fuck? What? Am I losing my mind? Never mind. I got a Sam Fisher and Captain Shepherd mixed up. Different early 2000s video game action characters. Weep over. Doogie Howser. Hieronymus House. I don't know House's first name. Shepherd. Avoid like the plague. Avoid at all costs. Yeah. Significant accomplishment. Lop-eared. Figures in a speed trap. Something most people have memorized. ABCs. What? Iowa. Rid of Esme and the open window. Esme. Herm. Not a good way to run. A muck. A foul. Like of an Irishman. Old Syrian political party. What the hell? Resurrection. You lost me, man. I do not keep up. X. Flip remark. Not flippant, but just flip. Catahoula. SNL features that aren't live. The cold open. Features. Term for an ambiguously worded news headline. Catch. You lost me. This is definitely a more difficult one because I am struggling to pull some of these. It's a steal. Spanish. Yeah, I have no hope here with this publisher, unfortunately. Hunger. Yen. It's been a minute, but that works. Is this just sights? Am I overthinking it massively? Okay. You can definitely put sights on bows. Plug amount. What does this mean? Like electricity? Bros, multiple soil. Loam. What can't loam do? Homos. At some time. Once. Homes. Homer. I'm losing my marbles. That's... Line. 95. Gaming centers. Like casinos. Could this be like a velo? The trains? Or a Sila, I mean. I think a velo is like an airline. So ignore that. But that's also a line. A Sila, a Silo, I forget. Gaming centers. PCs. PC gaming. Pele. Okay. I think a Sila or a Silo. RAM. Ran on. No me gusta. No. It is a no mean feat. No mean feat. CNN, sure man. Remote locations. It will be in the sofa. Figures in a speed trap. Fulfill or fill. Slot. Esme. Maserati. Jesus, man. Sheesh. Person playing forward. Playing forward. Makes me kind of think like a ham. Like they're emoting. They're very forward with their participation in a play. 10 here, maybe. Calls home. Narco. Speed drug. Narcs. Plural. Trap the speed. Nests in. Calls home. What do you mean? Marquis de Sade? Is that possible? Sate here? I think that works. That works. An attaché. Why? Playing forward. I don't know what an attaché is. If it's a human. I thought it was just kind of like an assistant. As a bird might. What do you mean, dude? What could this... I can only see like ma. What do you say? What do you exclaim? Man. Nests in, nests on. What do you mean calls though? Sade. Sahi. Saho. Calls home. Oh, like that. Yeah, I call it home. Okay. I call this tree home. I nest in this tree. Jesus, dude. I would like to say attaché still. But I could be way off. Your pin. I can see that. Hungarian sheepdogs. Puli. A puli? That's some kind of dog, I want to say. Could this be like Olaf? Alright. Fair. Saturday Night Live features. Iowa. Arso. Am2. Am not. God, too many. Vows you may stand for. I like I do's. Doesn't fit. What other vowels are there? Show me a boon. I assume it's a good thing for this to be any kind of quippable quip. Show me a boon, show me what else is good. Marriage. I have no hope with the Syrian political party, nor with the Iowa college. This is looking very, very shaky. Producer of notes. I'm worried that this is just like iOS or some platform that happens to have a notes, which is like everything. Alternatively, it could be any instrument. Oh man. Crash. What of Olga? I like the crosses with Olga. Sending it a crash. Pulleys. Digit. Pulley. Digital. What? Skits. Digital. Junk spam. Bill. What of Bill? Digital. Bati. What do you owe? Tax? Ugh. Call it. I like I better, just looking at it. In what situation are you flipping? Is the ethos correct? I would think so. Wait, hold on. I think maybe this ists is a term. I'm trying to think. It's not Wahhabi, but it's something kind of like that, I want to say. And I might be totally full of it. Like, I still think this, like, echoes of this are in the news still. Like, Baathist. Is that anything? This starts with a consonant. Critically. What if H? What if show me a heel. Like Biath. I am so Iowa. Digital, not skits, but what? Shorts? Do they do that? Like on YouTube? I buy it. Show me how hurt. It's got to be a good thing, right? To be quotable. Producer of notes. Who? lord, how far along? 22? Sheesh. Call it, what? Call, flip phone, caller ID. That's a dead end, I think. Flip. But maybe, like, get a call on your flip phone. Call incoming. Call. No, I think this is a coin flip. I think call like heads or tails, right? I think that's what's going on here. But how else do you say that? Call it in the air. Call it in the air is what you do before the coin land. We're gaming. You owe a tax. I don't like this. Crash X losses. Crash X Loises. My favorite ships. Yeah, hero. That seems quotable. You've united opposite elements in your quote, thereby producing a sense of profundity. Producer of notes. ATM. That kind of note. Crash X Loisum. What on earth? Is this Latin? Canso. God. Coe. Oath. Bath. I think there's an apostrophe in between these guys. I think members are called like Baathi. I don't keep up much, but that rings a bell. Crash Blossom. You owe a tab at the bar. Crash Blossom. Sure, dude. Crash Blossom. We'll have to look into that and figure out what the hell you're talking about. I assume this is like the primordial instance of this type of ambiguity happened to have these words, and so these words were just like an eggcorn. It's gonna be that same sort of thing. Attacher. Sahi. I think attacker makes a lot more sense in like sports. And what the fuck's an attaché? That's like some kind of luggage. It's an attaché, like an attaché case. And I think also a person can be an attaché, but that is not what they want. And I don't know who Saki is, but let's keep going. Rude remark. No fee. Oh, human. Buff Bros. Is this loam? Or is it clay? Is clay, can we still call clay soil? Oh yes. Oh yeah. That's... Soil can contain clay, but clay itself is not soil. What other idols are there? There's American, there's immunity. Give me one that has nothing to do with reality shows. What other idols? K-pop. This, never getting on my own. It's a steal. Larceny. Bargain. Spanish blessing. How do you say? I have no idea. This is trouble. How telling. Funny you should say so. That's... Rude remark. Plug amount. I still can only think drugs here. It's either drugs or like voltage. Ad fee, that kind of plug. Easy money. Buff Bros. Heebs? What is a Heeb? Heems? I'm scared. I have no idea what this is. Buff Bros. He-Men? Okay. That works. Teen Idol? That's something. We'll say Loam again. Teen Idol. What have I done? After doing something you rue. That says a lot. Wow. Very simple answers once I have half the fill. Does Avon also make books? News to me. So fun. So fun. Oh, okay. So it's one of the Musketeers. I thought this was a secondary character from like Count of Monte Cristo. I was like, I haven't read it, I'm screwed. But no, it's just one of the Musketeers is also the Count of La Fere. Cool. This is really just theft. Alright, sweet. Standard. STD. Salud, they say. Toasting. Excellent. Excellent. Proper Saturday action. Just obscure enough, I think. I'm quite a fan of that one. Well-tuned difficulty. Maybe even a tiny bit easy. Alright, there's something I wanted to take a look at. Let me jog my memory. Yeah, what on earth is a crash blossom? Explain yourself. I need to see the origin will make it make sense, I think. Headline that is ambiguous. Yes, this part makes sense. But the origin. Violinist linked to JAL. Crash blossoms. Yeah, even like thinking about it, I don't know what that means. I was hoping they would explain it here. Is blossoms like an event that they've crashed? That's funny. They mentioned acorns in relation to this. Okay, but I want the origin explained. Okay, the violinist who is linked to the JAL crash. Her father was on the crash of this plane. This violinist who is linked to this crash has blossomed. So why is somebody blossoming even a headline? I don't... Japan Airline, is that JAL? Yeah. Okay. If I had known that, I probably could have read this more easily. Violinist linked to JAL crash. And they blossomed. Good for them. Good for you, Diana Yukawa. And I think I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you Sunday.